Know how hard this has been for you and your family. Your father died in June. We now have recordings of President Trump back in February saying he knew just how deadly this virus was. What's it like for you to hear those recordings now?
It is a punch in the stomach for me and every single person who has either contracted the virus or has died from the virus. It is clear that the president lied to the American public. It's undeniable, and it's simply inexcusable.
Please take a moment and listen to this entire clip. The way Donald Trump has been able to get away with so much over the last 4 years is by being able to escape the news cycle. We get so distracted by everything that Donald Trump does, all of the ridiculous things that he does every single day, that not a single story has been able to stick. But I will be damned if this story does not stick, because his actions directly led to the deaths of tens of thousands of Americans. So please take a moment and listen to this entire clip.
Your father died in June. We now have recordings of President Trump back in February saying he knew just how deadly this virus was. What's it like for you to hear those recordings now?
It is a punch in the stomach for me and every single person who has either contracted the virus or has died from the virus. It is clear that the president lied to the American public. It's undeniable, and it's simply inexcusable.
The president also said on tape that he likes to play down the severity of the virus and still likes to play it down. What impact has that had on your family?
Well, the president said that so that people wouldn't panic, and my father didn't panic. Instead, he died. That is what happened to tens of thousands of people across the United States because of his decisions. And because of that, I think he needs to resign.
Absolutely the case. Donald Trump needs to resign. He must be held accountable for his actions, or in this case, his inaction. He did not do his job as president of the United States. And what he did yesterday, in order to distract from what's going on, Donald Trump tried to muddy the waters by talking about future Supreme Court nominations. He wants to nominate Ted Cruz. He wants to nominate Tom Cotton, and he wants us to get upset about that. No. The only story that matters right now is the fact that Donald Trump downplayed the severity of COVID-19 when he knew exactly how deadly it was, and his actions led to the deaths of over 190,000 Americans. That can be the only thing that matters at this point. Continue listening in.
What would the truth have done? What if President Trump had said in public on February 7th, not just to Bob Woodward, that this is 5 times deadlier than the flu? What if he had said that in public?
Had the president chosen to do his basic job of keeping people like my dad safe, we would have pulled in a direction to ensure that we were minimizing risk and taking this pandemic seriously. But instead, we chose a pathway that has led us to nearly 200,000 deaths and counting.
Those people are gone. They are dead. And they are dead because of Donald Trump. There's literally no way that you can look at this situation and not see the amount of blood that is on the hands of Donald Trump, and he doesn't care. All that he cares about is re-election. This is far worse than him saying he can get on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and his supporters will still support him. He has shot 190,000 somebodies, parents, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, who are all dead. We're not taking this seriously enough. This story cannot get out of the news cycle. Continue listening in.
How do you think your father would have responded to the information that the coronavirus is 5 times deadlier than the flu, which the president told Bob Woodward but did not tell the American people that he believed?
My dad would have been shocked. On his deathbed, he told me that he felt betrayed by the president, and this is just the nail in his coffin.
Look, it's one thing I know to read the transcripts or to hear about them, but to actually hear the president's voice say these things. What's that been like for you the last few hours?
I wasn't able to sleep at all last night, tossing and turning, knowing that there were deliberate decisions made to lie to the American public that cost me my dad. And the messages that I've been seeing coming in on other folks just like me that I've connected with over the course of the last couple of months is heart-wrenching to see their pain, knowing that they lost a loved one for no reason, that it was absolutely preventable and needless.
As we've said, 190,000 people have died so far to coronavirus, and your father is one of them. And along with you, we mourn his loss. What's your message to people now going through this and suffering the same loss that you've suffered?
I implore everyone who suffered a loss from the coronavirus to speak up and to make sure that not only you vote, but every single person that you know votes in this upcoming election. The president is too much of a coward to resign, so we need to make sure that that referendum is seen at the voting box this November.
A lot of the problems that we face in our society won't be fixed simply by voting, but this is a problem that can be fixed by voting. Donald Trump getting a second term all but ensures that we could lose another 200,000 Americans. And somebody listening to me right now, if Donald Trump is reelected, there is a possibility that you will not make it through his second term because he does not put the American people first. He puts his ego first. And because his ego is the preeminent concern of our president, we have lost nearly 200,000 Americans. Pause and think about how many people that really is. And now think about the fact that if he gets a second term, it is very likely that we'll lose 200,000 more.